إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, respected brothers and elders, Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. InshaAllah, today I will be talking to you regarding how to become a Haafiz, or what are those easy steps to become a Haafiz. So first of all, we thank Allah Ta'ala for giving us ability to read the Quran and creating the love in our hearts to memorize the Quran. We thank Allah Ta'ala, Alhamdulillah. Secondly, I thank my students, those who asked me to make a video on that how to become a Hafiz, or what are those easy steps to become a Hafiz. I thank them for that. Jazakumullahu khairan. So, Hifz, obviously, Book of Allah, memorizing Quran of Allah Ta'ala. This Quran, memorizing the Quran is a very big responsibility. It's a very big job. Allah Ta'ala gives Quran or gives books to His prophets. Look at this. The previous books weren't given to normal people. They were given to prophets. And only prophets used to memorize the books. If you study the Tawrat, if you study about the Tawrat, you will see only prophets used to memorize the Tawrat. Like Musa alayhi salam used to know, Uzair alayhi salam used to know, Dawood, Sulaiman, they used to know Tawrat, or they used to know Zabur. So whatever the book were given, the prophets used to know by heart, and normal people never used to know the book. But with Quran, Allah Ta'ala opened the door for the normal people to memorize it as well. So this is a big blessing from Allah Ta'ala. And plus, this Quran is written in Arabic, but people are memorizing from all around the world. And people are reciting the Quran in beautiful voices, or from all around the world. That's also another blessing that Allah Ta'ala blessed us with. Allah Ta'ala gave us the ability to memorize, ability to recite, ability to read, all of these, even though it's not in our language. This is a blessing from Allah Ta'ala. Right, so to memorize the Quran, there are a few steps. Let's listen to those. Number one, you have to be pure. Physically, you have to be pure. So whenever you're reading Quran, your physical cleanliness means wudu, shower, this has to be there. So always clean yourself as much as possible. Yes, if you need a shower, take a shower. If you need wudu, take wudu. Yes, clean yourself. Number two, wear nice clothes. Yes, this is the lifestyle of the Sahaba, of the Prophet ﷺ, of the Sahaba, of the ulama, scholars. Scholars, they always stay very nice and clean and tidy. So wear nice clothes. This is also part of the Sunnah. Yeah, it's part of religion. Okay, wear nice clothes, nice thobe, nice hat. Yeah. The place where you're sitting to read Quran, the clean place. The place has to be clean, nice and clean. Have fragrance around you. Have nice smell around you. Smell on your body, nice fragrance on your body, and obviously around your place. So this is also part of the Sunnah. So having nice clothes is Sunnah, clean clothes is Sunnah, having pure body, it's Sunnah, having perfume on Sunnah. All of these Sunnahs you have to follow to make the Quran easy for your mind. Next, facing the Qibla if possible. If you can face the Qibla to recite the Quran, do so. But it might not be possible in the classroom setting, because some students might be able to face the Qibla, others are not, because they're facing from all direction to the teacher. So if they're facing the teacher, they might not be able to face the Qibla, but try your best. If that's not possible, no problem. That's not mandatory. It's not a mandatory point or thing to do. Okay, it's optional. It's advised. Next, clean heart and mind. Before you start reading, you have to clean your heart and mind. Mind means your memory. So everything, every other thinking of the dunya, it has to go out. Mind have to be fully empty. Heart has to be fully empty. So no bad thinking, no nothing, no other thinking except Quran. So only thinking about the Quran, only thinking how to memorize, how to remember That's all in your brain, nothing else. You're not thinking of what's going on in your house, what's your school homework, what's your work, when are you going to work tomorrow. Nothing. When's your exam, when's this, when's that, nothing. In the Quran time, your mind has to be fully clean. Your brain has to be fully clean so you can take something in. So if there is something else already, it's bothering you, then Quran will not go in. Because whatever bothering you, that's pushing the Quran out. Even though you're reciting Quran, but it might not go in your head. It might not enter in your heart. So to go into your heart, it has to get into head first. So head has to be clean and empty for it to save. And then from there, it transfers to the heart. Quran goes in the heart. So always heart and mind has to be clean. InshaAllah. Intention. Before you start memorizing Quran, your intention has to be pure. That you are going to memorize now. Now you're not going to mess about with the timing. You're not going to waste your time. You're not going to go on your phone. You're not going to check your WhatsApp messages, Instagram, nothing. When it's Quran, everything has to be off. Everything has to be on flight mode. So nothing disturbing you. No text message, no twing noise in the middle of the ayah, in the middle of recitation. No. Everything off, just focusing in Quran. Do you see? So intention has to be perfect, that I want to memorize Quran. Then it will work, inshallah. Next, concentrating, paying full attention. As I said already, the mind has to be empty, and that's part of attention, concentration. So you cannot concentrate at anything else, only Quran. People might be sitting right next to you, they're talking about other things. For example, a child learning Quran and his father and mother sitting in the same room and they're talking about something. Your attention must not go to them. Your attention must be in Quran, and you are only listening to yourself while you're reading, and you're not listening to anything else going around you. Yet that sort of attention will help you to memorize the Quran correctly. Next, before you start your Quran reading, you have to have lots of istighfar. Lots of istighfar. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, whatever much you can. Good amount of istighfar. So what istighfar does, it removes your sins away. Istighfar washes off the sins away. So once sins reduces in life, it's easy to concentrate in the ibadat. When lots of sins there, the ibadat cannot go up. Your body doesn't accept the ibadah. Your mind doesn't accept the ibadah. So always sin level has to go low, so the ibadah has to come up. So always do istighfar before you start your Quran recitation. As many times as possible. There is no fixed number. Okay, some people would even say 3 times, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. And then salawat ala nabi. Durood. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Maulana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Or just sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Whatever salawat, whatever salah ala nabi you can read. It can be from the hadith or from your own way, wherever way you learned. As long as it's salawat ala nabi, that's fine. But the best salawat ala nabi is Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Read it a few times, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, whatever much. So istighfar, salawat ala nabi, and then you're going to start reciting the Quran with a'udhu billah, ta'awudh, tasmiyah. A lot of time I see people starting, or children in the class, they just start reading. No bismillah, no a'udhu billah, no nothing. So a'udhu billah, because Allah Ta'ala said, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Whenever you start reciting the Quran, you have to seek refuge from the shaitan. You have to seek safety in Allah Ta'ala from shaitan, the cursed one, the rejected one. So seek safety in Allah Ta'ala. And intentionally read that you're seeking safety in Allah Ta'ala because you don't want shaitan to disturb you in the learning. When you say A'udhu Billah, actually think about it, what you're saying. Then say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, seeking Allah's mercy, because Allah is most merciful, most kind, seeking Allah's mercy before you start your recitation. And intentionally think about that you're actually seeking Allah's mercy for Allah to help you in your memorization, in your reading, in your learning. Then the intention has to be there. Behind everything, the intention. You know what you're saying, you're understanding what you're saying, and there is a reason behind saying it. InshaAllah, okay? Good. Next, what you need to do, when you're reading the Quran, read loud, not quietly. Memorizing Quran has to be loud. Your brain needs to hear this. Your ear needs to hear this and then take it in. In memorizing Quran, you need 3 senses, mostly what you need to use. Mouth, Yeah, speaking it out. Eyes need to see it. Ears need to hear it. So you need to listen to yourself what you're saying. Yeah. So for example, you're learning. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. Read it out loud. Loud with tajweed and nice tune. Clear reading. Yeah. Not mumbling. You know, a lot of time you can't memorize because you are mumbling. Your sentences are not clear. Your brain cannot catch what you're saying. Your ears cannot catch what you're saying. So your ear is not used to with the word. So you need to hear yourself. Your eye is not used to with the word, seeing it. So you have to see it properly how it's been written. So good seeing, good listening, good pronunciation. And very loud and clear. Okay? You will see, you will read 10 times one phrase, you will know it. Because it's very loud and clear. Your brain is catching exact wordings. Then it will remember longer. Reading loud and clear. Reading slowly with tajweed. Yeah, let me show you 2 types of reading. You can say a million times like that. It won't work. Read it 10 times. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. Slow, nice, tajweed 10 times. You will know it. Okay, inshallah. So slowly with tajweed. Brothers and sisters, you will encourage your children. You will read it, definitely. You will memorize it. You will encourage your children to follow these steps. Say inshallah. Next, read each ayah 100 times to 200 times. Not 10 times. 10 times it will be ready. You know it. And there are 2 types of memory. One memory, it stays in the top of the memory, the front of your brain. It doesn't go in the back of the brain. So once you read it 100 times, it gets to the back of the memory. It's saved, fully protected. So one is temporarily protected. Temporarily, for the time being, you know it. Yeah, as soon as you give half an hour gap, you will see it's gone. And one is you learnt it and it will stay even after one full day. Or even after one full week, you will go there. So it has to go. So repeat, loud and clear, repeating with tajweed, with mad, with ghunna, everything, until it gets to the back of the memory. Yeah, until it's saved with full protection. So it doesn't come out easily. Okay, inshallah. So repeat it more, as much as possible. It doesn't have to be 100 or 200. Some people might even need more. So if you need more, do so. Don't give up. Once you give up, that's it. Shaitan takes advantage of that. Once you don't give up, Shaitan loses and you win. Eventually, Shaitan leaves you. When Shaitan sees he's losing every day, he leaves you and he allows you to learn it. And you will see in the beginning you used to read an ayah 100 times. A time will come you will read it a few times and you know it. And it stays in the memory because Shaitan is gone. Shaitan given up on you. So you have to read so much until Shaitan gives up on you. Then you can concentrate more and learn more. That's why a lot of time you will see in the beginning of Hifz, it's so tough. But after you memorize certain paras, 5 ajza, 10 ajza, you see it becomes easy. Why? Shaitan gives up on you. And it becomes easy. Because you realize, you understand the tactic to memorize the Quran. And Shaitan gives up. Shaitan says it's not going to work with this person. And then it becomes easy to memorize. Okay? So read as many times as possible. Look in the Quran, point at the Quran. A lot of people, they don't do that. A lot of adults as well. They find difficult to point because they never used to it. But once you point and once you look, it becomes easy to memorize. Because you're actually seeing, is it anjaynakum or anhaynakum or ankhaynakum. All these children read. They changing the jim into ha into ha into jim into ba. All of these. Yeah. Noon into ba. So anjaynakum. A lot of people they would read. Yeah. For example, they changing the noon into a ha. Akhbaynakum. Yeah. So many things they come up with. Yeah. I don't remember the styles of the mistakes. So many ways they come up and they change the ba into ha into noon and so all of that. So when you point, you actually get to see. And the other thing, when you cannot pronounce a word, don't rush. This is our human nature. When we cannot, we just want to rush it and finish it off. So we don't feel it much. But Real way to learn, when you don't know, slow it down. Relax. Break the word into small parts. Yeah? For example, anjaynakum. You don't know how to pronounce it. Break it. An, alif catches the nun. An, jim catches the ya. Jay, nun catches the alif. Na, kaf catches the mim. Kum. So if you break it into pieces, into small parts, it's easy to pronounce. And do it a few times. An, jay, na, kum. An, jay, na, kum. A few times. You will see your brain will catch it. Yeah? The other day, one person was pronouncing وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. He was saying وَذَرَكَ رَسْمَ. He was adding so many ras in between. I was thinking, what's going on? I told him, brother, slow it down. Pronounce one letter at a time. First he struggled, but eventually he realized وَذَكَرَ رَسْمَ. Once he realized, he done it. So sometimes you have to break it down for your brain to catch the right order of the letters. Okay, inshallah, do this. So point at the words, slow it down, read slowly, look at the Quran properly. You know, as much you're going to look at the Quran, your eyes, power gets stronger. Yeah, this is something very good. When you look at the Quran, eyes becomes stronger. If you're using glasses, a time will come you don't need glasses. You can read Quran without glasses. Okay, this is a barakah of the Quran, a blessing of the Quran. So look at the Quran, plus look at the word so much that you know after you close your eyes, you can see the word how it's been written. So your eyes have to take a picture of the Quran, the words, the ayats. Okay, inshallah, so point at the Quran. Next. Okay, one ayah. Okay, so one ayah you learn. Yeah, I made a note so I know what I'm saying to you. So one ayah you memorize. You don't memorize whole page in one go. So you memorize one ayah. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. One ayah. Read it 100 times, 200 times. Once you think it's done, it's ready, move on to عَنِ النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ. Repeat عَنِ النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ, pointing at it, looking at it, reading loud with tajweed, slowly, nicely. Repeat that second sentence 100 to 200 times. Once you think it's done, read first and second together a few times. Then test yourself. If it's ready, move on to the third one. Yeah? عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون. Repeat that 100 to 200 times. Then once that's ready, read all three verses together. Check, do you know it? If there is confusion, repeat it a few times. If it's perfect, move on to the fourth one. Read fourth ayah 100 to 100 times. Then come all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Read all these 4 verses together. If there is a confusion, there is you've forgotten some part, repeat all 4 a few times together. Yeah? If there is no mistakes, move on to the 5th one. And this is the order you will follow to memorize the Quran. Don't ever memorize the whole page in one go. That's going to be it's going to take too long. I've seen so many kids, they tried it. Yeah, I got one kid, he wants to memorize whole Tabarak in one go. He's reading one end to other end. But it's been 3 days, he couldn't learn anything. Yeah? And then when I called him, I said, what are you doing? He goes, I can't learn anything. I've been trying. I said, okay, go learn this much, then this much, then this much, then this much. He finished whole surah, little bit by little bit. Then I said, say the whole surah in one go. He can do it. So sometime you need to take small steps, yeah, but continuous steps. Yeah? Small steps, but moving quick. Yeah? That's good. Better than looking for one big step and waiting 1 year to take the step. Yeah, that slows you down. Small steps, and if it's continuously moving, that will make you move faster. Okay, inshallah. So sometime you need to think, rather than you probably aiming, I want to say 1 page today or half a page today. But that half a page, it might take so long. Break it down. Learn 5 lines. Yeah, learn 3 lines. Once 3 lines ready, try for another 2 lines, 5 lines. Once 5 lines done, look at the time. If you got more time, try another 2 lines. If there is no time, go and say 5 lines, and at least you passed your test. At least something is better than nothing. Otherwise, if you try for 1 full page, yeah, you wouldn't learn anything. So 5 lines is better than saying nothing. You see, so say your test. Okay, inshallah. Okay, so follow these steps. For every ayah you're learning, this is the same steps you have to follow. Each ayah you have to learn so many times, 100, 200 times. Then you have to check from the first ayah to the whatever number ayah you are on. Even if it's, let's say, 30th ayah. You're on the 30th ayah. You're learning one ayah at a time. Yeah? So once you get to the 30th one, you check all the way from 1 to 30. Yeah? All of them. If everything perfect, alhamdulillah. If nothing perfect, wherever you get stuck, you fix that B. Yeah? Before you move on to 31. Ayah 31. Okay, inshallah. Every Haafiz needs to do these three things. They have to learn new lesson, which is called Sabaq or Jadid. Some people call Jadid, some people call new lesson, and some people call Sabaq. Okay, you have to learn that. Every day you have to learn that. Non-stop, 7 days a week, you have to learn that. Now, it can be small steps by you taking 7 days. Rather than, let's say, someone learning 3 lines a day. 3 lines times 7, that's 21 lines. You check it. If I'm wrong, let me know. So 21 lines he's going to learn. Yeah. Now, if you try all 21 lines in one go, you might not be able to do it in whole week. But break it down. Do it every day. You will pass. Number 1. Number 2, previous. What is previous? Previous is called Sabaq Para. Some people call it Sabaq Door. Yeah. Some people call it previous. Yeah. So whatever you call it, no problem. Previous. Some people call it Qareeb. Qareeb means it's close to the Jadid. That's why. So Qareeb, the previous, it has to be done on regular basis. Every day you have to say it. What is Qareeb? How does Qareeb works? Qareeb works is last 7 days Jadid. So last 7 days you learn 3 lines on Monday, 3 lines Tuesday, 3 lines Wednesday, 3 lines Thursday, 3 lines Friday, 3 lines Saturday, 3 lines Sunday. So these 3, all of these adds up to 21 lines at the end of the week. You say all 21 lines on Sunday. Then again, on Monday, you will say again last 21 lines. On Tuesday, last 21 lines. On Wednesday, last 21 lines. And every time it's 21, but it's actually reducing 5 lines or reducing 3 lines from the back. Because new 3 lines are adding into this. Every day you're learning new lesson, new 3 lines adding into it. So from the back, 3 lines reducing from it. So it's 21 lines you say in every day. So every day you're going over it, that makes it strong. For 7 days you are repeating same 3 lines. If you didn't understand that, let me know. I'll make a picture and I'll draw it on the whiteboard, and I'll show you guys, inshallah, how it works. Okay, so number 1, Sabaq Jadid, new lesson, you need to say that. Number 2, previous, which is called Sabaq Dawr or Sabaq Para, you need to say that. It's called Qareeb as well. Number 3, you need to say revision. Revision is Ba'id. Ba'id is called Dawr. Yeah, Dawr, you need to say that. And that needs to be on regular basis. Every day. You shouldn't have a single day without revision. Brothers and sisters, please encourage your children to do revision. A lot of parents out there, they encourage their child to do new lesson every day, Jadid every day, and they say finish off. But this child, by the time he gets to the end of the Quran, he doesn't know the beginning of the Quran. Because he's eaten everything, forgotten. Yeah, he became Nasiyam Mansiya. He forgotten that he has forgotten the Quran. You see, he doesn't even know that he knows anything. Subhanallah. So don't let your child go to that level. Every day he's learning these 3 lines or 5 lines. It takes a lot of effort. Now you're letting him forget, means you're wasting his time, wasting his effort, wasting his energy. Don't do that. Let your child, that's his saving. These 3 lines he learns today, that's his saving, and look after his saving. You as a parent, you be a good person to look after his saving. Don't let it waste. And don't let it go. So look after it. Every day you remind him. Say, Muhammad, do you remember Surah Naba? Muhammad, do you remember Surah Nazi'at? Read it to daddy. Read it to mommy. Check it every day. Until you see his revision is strong enough to present it in front of anyone and everyone. So don't let your child to forget his revision. So revision has to be done in a regular basis. Okay, inshallah, every day. And if the child has memorized 10 ajza, then these 10 ajza, he needs to keep rotating. He's increasing. Obviously, he's learning new lesson, but revision has to go on rotation. So he doesn't forget. So how does revision work? Let's say a child memorized 10 ajza now, 10 chapters of the Quran. So he will do revision at least at least, that's minimum, a quarter of a juz every day. Or the best is 1 juz a day. Best. That's the recommended by the majority of the Hufaz in the world. 1 juz a day revision. If the revision is weak, half a juz a day. If it's even weaker than that, then 1/4 a day and no less than that. The scholars of the world, they all have same mentality, same idea, same thinking. Yeah, at least a quarter revision every day. Now, let's say my child memorized 1 juz, just juz amma. Now he's memorizing Surah Al-Tabarak. So what does he do with the juz amma? He has to say 1/4 a day. So every 4 days he needs to finish juz amma once. Every 4 days he needs to finish juz amma once. Or whole juz amma every day. So in that way his juz amma remain fresh in his head. Okay, inshallah, do that with your children, please. You will see, you will get the best result out of their hifz, inshallah, if you can apply these methods, what I'm saying to you. And also, this jadid, qareeb and ba'id, each one has to be mistakeless. You know, sometimes a lot of kids, they come, they make mistakes, so many mistakes. They actually say in half a page or 1 page, but trust me, so many mistakes. I get fed up. Major errors, not minor. Minor errors is like he missed a gunna. He didn't do ikhfa. Or he made a gunna in the place of no gunna. These are minor errors, you can ignore. But major errors, like he's not pronouncing the word properly. He's changing the letters. He's changing the harakat, tashkil. He's reading instead of fatha, kasra instead of fatha. And so much change is happening. And these children, they expect teacher to pass them. And that's a very bad thing. And I found one mother, she goes, not one mother, 2 mothers actually. They say, my child learned at home, I tested him, but when he goes to you, Sheikh, he doesn't pass. What does he do in the madrasa? Then I said to sisters, please, when they learn at home and they come and read to me, they got hundreds of mistakes. And with these hundreds of mistakes, I can't pass them. So these children, they need to know how to read properly. They probably learned it somehow and they said it to the mom and mom thought, okay, it's passed. But it's not passed until the work is not settled in the head, until the child is not confident enough, the work is not ready. Child has to be confident enough, no mistakes. He can read these 10 lines. Doesn't matter even if it's placed on the mic in front of 100 people to recite, he should be able to recite. So that is called learning. He learned properly. Yeah. So if he's not learning properly, then he's not going to pass in front of teacher, because when he comes in front of teacher, the fear, the teacher going to catch mistake, that fear makes them forgotten half of it anyway. So even if he passed with you, by the time he sits in front of teacher, he forgets half of it. So make them as strong as possible, mistakeless. Jadid, qareeb, ba'id should be mistakeless. Then your child will become a solid Haafiz, or you will become a solid Haafiz, inshallah. Next, let's see a few more things to do. Let's see, what are they? Okay, then you have to recite Quran in Fajr, in Tahajjud. You have to lead Salah if possible. Okay, this is very important, very, very important topic. You have to read Quran in Tahajjud. If you are not a person of Tahajjud, then Quran will not stay with you. Because remember what Allah Ta'ala said to Prophet, Ya ayyuhal muzammil, qum al-layla illa qalila, nisfahu aw inqus minhu qalila, aw zid alayhi wa rattil al-Qur'ana tartila. Yeah, then Allah Ta'ala says, Inna rabbaka ya'lamu annaka taqumu adna min thuluthay al-layli wa nisfahu wa thuluthahu wa ta'ifatum min alladhina ma'ak. You see, all of these are talking about tahajjud. Prophet used to stand in tahajjud, is to recite Quran. Sahaba used to pray tahajjud, that's why they used to remember Quran. And then Allah Ta'ala said, Inna Quran al-Fajri kana mashhuda. Quran of Fajr remains forever, remains as witness with you. So Quran of Fajr, Quran of Tahajjud is very, very important. Allah Ta'ala said to His Prophet, فَتَهَجَّدْ بِهِ نَافِلَةً لَكَ. Oh my dear Prophet, pray Tahajjud as a nafil prayer. So every Hafiz, those who want to hold on to Quran and want to have the Quran in their heart, it is a must. Doesn't matter they are a boy or girl, Yeah, doesn't matter they are adult or a child, they have to make a habit of tahajjud. I'm not telling them to miss Fajr. Missing Fajr, that doesn't exist in a Hafiz life. Missing Fajr, that doesn't exist in Hafiz's life. Never ever. I'm talking about tahajjud he shouldn't miss. Now if he doesn't miss tahajjud, how will he miss Fajr? Yeah? So tahajjud has to be regular. Fajr has to be on time. Reciting Quran out loud, inside Salah, outside Salah. Then Quran becomes solid. Okay? This Hafiz needs to lead Salah. He can't be shy. I found a lot of Hafizes, they're shy. They're not going to remember Quran. They're going to forget. If you're shy to recite Quran, that means you are not the family of Quran yet. If you're shy to recite Quran, you are not a holder of Quran yet. Because Prophet ﷺ wasn't shy. Allah Ta'ala said, Utlu ma uhiya ilayka min al-Quran. Oh my dear Prophet, recite it out loud. Utlu means reciting. Reciting out loud in front of public, that's called utlu. So Allah Ta'ala said, oh my dear Prophet, recite it out loud in front of the public, whatever I have revealed to you. So Prophet had to remember and recite it in the public. So every Hafiz's responsibility to recite it in the public. Next, before you go to sleep, while you're sleeping, read the portion, whatever you read today to the Sheikh, Jadid, Qareeb, Ba'id. Read those while you're sleeping. Read those. When you wake up, recite those again in your mind. So your mind has to be busy 24/7 with the Quran. Then Quran becomes easy for you. And if it's Quran and dunya, then dunya comes, Quran goes. So those people, holder of Quran, they have to have love of dunya very little. Love of Quran a lot. So that's something you have to remember. And a Hafiz of Quran doesn't commit sin. So sinning has to stop. No sinning at all. No committing sins at all. Okay, inshallah. Remember, I always say to my students, Imam Shafi'i rahmatullah alayhi says, شكوت إلى وكيع سوء حفظي فأرشدني لترك المعاصي وقال فإن العلم نور لا يعطي الله النور لعاصي. Yeah? Imam Shafi'i rahmatullah alayhi says that I said to Waki was his teacher. Shafi'i rahmatullah alayhi, his teacher, Imam Waki. He says, I said to Imam Waki, Imam, I forget Quran. What's the way to remember the Quran? My teacher Waki said, my dear child Shafi'i, yeah, Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i. His name was Muhammad ibn Idris. My dear child Muhammad, that you have to stop committing sins. فَإِنَّ الْعِلْمَ نُورٌ, because ilm of Quran and Hadith is a nur. It's a nur from Allah Ta'ala. لَا يُعْطِ اللَّهُ النُّورَ لِعَاصِ, and Allah doesn't give the nur to a sinful person. Allah doesn't give the nur to a person who commits sin. So this is my final message to all my Hifz students. Doesn't matter they are adult or children, male or female, yes, Arabs or Ajam, doesn't matter, but no sinning. Remember, no committing sins. Praying salawats properly, reading Quran loud, paying full attention, pointing at the Quran, reading it slowly, and always revising. Inshallah, you will see Allah Ta'ala will make you Hafiz. May Allah Ta'ala accept us all. May Allah Ta'ala give us ability to try our best to be a Hafiz. And may Allah Ta'ala create Huffaz and lovers of the Quran in our community. Say Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh.